What's up guys, my name is Ivan Valdovinos, and on this channel I provide tips, tricks, advice, and strategies for your graduate school applications. So if you are new here, consider subscribing. In today's video, I wanted to share some tips on how you can survive online classes if you're a graduate student, an undergraduate student, high school student, whatever type of student you are. I wanted to provide some tips because I know that I have struggled this past quarter. My first tip is to identify or create a workspace. This is important because you want to have a space where you can focus, where there's not that many distractions, where you're able to, complete your lectures, your homework assignments, your quizzes, whatever it is that you're doing for your undergraduate or graduate career. You need to have a workspace that's going to allow you to complete all these tasks. I know when I was starting my online school, I did not have a workspace. So I actually moved back in with my parents because I was thinking that I would be able to save some money that way instead of renting my own apartment, because I knew that I was going to move eventually to San Diego. And so I did not have a workspace at their house. And so what I did was I went down to Walmart and I bought a little table. That way I can use that as my workspace. I didn't pay that much money for it because I knew that I was going to stay here long term. And so I purchased this small little table that I was able to develop and create as my workspace. So I knew that I can pull this table aside whenever I wanted to be focused and complete my tasks. So I use that throughout the day, usually in the mornings and the afternoons. And then I transitioned over to a different workspace. So I have multiple workspaces here at my parents' house that has allowed me to complete my tasks and the rigor of being a graduate student. So the first thing that I want you to do is identify or develop a workspace, whether that is you have the material already in stock at your house, or you need to purchase maybe some small items at the nearest store. You want to purchase or identify this workspace that's going to allow you to be successful in your educational task. The next tip that I have for you is to get dressed as if you were going to attend physical classes. So at the beginning of the quarter, when I was starting my online classes, I did not do this. So I would get out of bed in my pajamas, go brush my teeth, wash my face, grab a glass of water, and then begin working. And so I never really transitioned from my sleeping clothes, my pajamas, to work clothes. I just stayed in my pajamas all day and did my work. And so that is not a good thing to do because you are going to continue to be in that mindset of, rest, comfort, as if you were in your bed. So one of the ways to be able to combat that is to get up, get dressed, put on some jeans, a t-shirt, whatever it is that you do when you were attending physical classes. Continue that strategy now as an online student because it's going to help you get into that mindset of being a productive college student or graduate student. And so you want to get up, get dressed, do the actual routine that you normally do as if you were going to go to a physical classroom. That's going to help you be successful this quarter or next quarter. And it does help with establishing that mindset of being a productive student. So that's something that I do want to adopt more in my winter quarter, because I didn't start doing that until the end of the first quarter, my fall quarter. And so do that. That way you adapt these habits. That way you're able to be successful in your next quarter. The next tip that I have for you is to develop time management systems. So time management systems can look different for every student, every person, because of their learning style and their living environment, whatever it is. So I want you to think about what were some of the ways that you did time management when you were in the actual physical school, the actual physical classroom, the actual physical campus. And so start adapting those again in your online setting. So when I was back in undergrad and then during my first time in graduate school, I would use a planner, a physical planner. So I already bought a planner for my next quarter, and so I plan to use that to manage my time in terms of my extracurriculars. So I do have 2 jobs, and within those jobs I have to attend a lot of Zoom meetings, and so I want to put that information into my physical planner. That way I don't miss a meeting. I also like to use Outlook calendar as one of my systems for time management because it reminds me of everything I have to do for that day and that week. And so I like to view my my tasks at a weekly, daily basis. And so that's going to help me stay on track on what I have to accomplish that day and that week. And it lets me look at a larger monthly view of what I need to accomplish every month, whether I have an assignment due, a paper, or I have a quiz or a test, whatever it is. I like that Outlook system because it helps me view my tasks in multiple ways, whether it's the weekly, a monthly, or a daily view. And so I plan to use my physical planner as well as my Outlook calendar. And I also like to use a note card and jot down my daily tasks. That helps me check those off and feel accomplished once I check off an assignment that I have completed. And it helps me view all of my tasks for the day and for the week, and that helps keep me on track. So I want you to develop these time management systems and think back to when you were in school. What did you do then when you were in physical school that you can adopt now? And those things could change because we are in a new environment, this online setting, but start adapting those early on because it's going to help you stay focused and complete all your assignments on time, and it's going to help you succeed in your next quarter. The next tip that I have for you is to establish a support network. This is very important because, at least for me, I'm always at my house. And so the only people that I see are my parents, and that's about it. And so I need other people outside of my parents to help me stay motivated and supportive, because my parents, as a first generation college student, my parents don't really understand what I'm going through as a PhD student. They don't understand the rigor, they don't understand why I'm always on my computer typing up these assignments, reading a bunch of articles. They don't understand this because they never went to college. And so it is important for you to establish different support networks that are going to help you succeed throughout the quarter. So yes, I do have my parents as a support network. That's one of my support networks that I utilize for more emotional support. But then I also established a network of peers in my cohort that have helped me out when I'm struggling with the class, or just to keep me motivated because they're also facing the same issues that I'm facing. And so I challenge you to establish different support networks, whether it's your parents, some friends that you have outside of school, and then definitely look into your groups, your cohorts, your peers at your school, and establish those support networks because they're going to help you get through the quarter, and they can also be a resource you can tap into if you're struggling with the class. So you can ask them, can we meet up on Zoom because I'm struggling with this assignment, and then they can help you they can talk you through an assignment or a test, or they can help you prepare for that test. So I challenge you to establish different support networks and do this every quarter, not just online. It's important for you to do it at every time throughout your undergraduate career or your graduate career. Finally, the last tip that I have for you is to ask for help. A lot of the times we feel like we don't need the support that we do need, especially academically, but it's important to let others know if you need help, whether that's your peers, whether that's your advisor, or if it's your professors. Ask them for help. They're getting paid to help you succeed in their classes in your educational career. So this quarter, I really struggled with the theory course I was taking. I have been out of school for 4 years, and then before I began this PhD program, and so I forgot how to, cite correctly, write at a rigorous academic level. And so I had to talk to my professors and let them know about my struggles. That way they can provide me with advice and support. So I met with each one of my individual professors and I told them how I was struggling and what can I do to succeed. And so they gave me some valuable tips on how to read the articles. That way I didn't spend too much time on reading the articles, because these articles were roughly 20 to 40 pages, and I had to read like 3 or 4 per class per week. And so that's a lot of reading. And so my professors helped me with navigating this reading for graduate school. And so they also helped me with, just keeping me motivated and telling me that I was in this program for a reason. The imposter syndrome, they helped me, relieve that, because they told me that I was, they gave me that motivation, that advice, that I was meant to be in this program, that I was producing good work, and that they enjoyed having me in their class. So that gave me a little boost, and it gave me some confidence to finish off the term. So I waited really last minute to speak to my professors and ask for help. So I advise you to start this early. Don't wait until you're struggling and you're failing. Do this at the beginning of the quarter, establish that rapport, and then continue that ongoing conversation throughout the quarter or semester. That way you are not struggling at the end and then you can't get the support anymore and then you fail your class. So definitely ask for help early on. That way you're able to succeed long term. Alright, so that wraps up the video on how to be successful as an online student. If you gained some value, if you liked the video, please give it a like and subscribe. I do have a goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2021, so help me reach that goal by subscribing to my channel, and then also the analytics for YouTube are increased when you communicate with me, when you jot down some comments and when you like my videos. And so I appreciate the support, and I'll see you back in the next video.